Hey, okay, it's Saint, nigga. Hey, I'm the type of nigga that don't beef about no bitch, boy. They say how you in the truth and you rapping like that, boy. Many niggas crashing out, all about a bitch, boy. Just young ass nigga from that country, now they follow, boy. You best believe I'm shining out. Chains around my neck, oh nigga. I grills all up in my mouth. Wait, little nigga, yeah, pause, little nigga. No, I don't smoke no weed. Ain't color kinda weird to me. My different nigga, can't you see? A different nigga, yeah, bit from me. Don't stare to me. Little nigga, you learn from me. Ooh, she so fine to me. Hop up on the dance floor, do your ditty bop. Do your dance moves up on the floor. I say get it, get it, get it. I say hit it, hit it, hit it. I say get it, get it, get it, ayy. I say get it, get it, get it. I say hit it, hit it, hit it. I say get it, get it, get it, ayy. Do your ditty bop. Turn up in this bitch, you know we popping bottles. Yes, I'm a different nigga, I ain't gonna lie, I need a model. Yes, I want the smoke, you know I'm with it, with it, with it. Yes, I'm really on the dance floor, I get it, get it, get it. And mostly bitches, yeah, they be hoes, I get it, get it, get it. And mostly bitches gotta pay the fuck, I get it, get it, get it. I ain't gonna be the one you locked up, I ain't no dummy, bitch. I'm the littest nigga you ever been with, bitch, admit it, bitch. The feet of late with me is 90 days, cause this is holy dick. And yeah, this is real shit, I hope you feel me on that shit. And knowing damn well you'll understand, and I'm the type of nigga that's a mystery, I'm the type of nigga that don't beef about no bitch, boy. They say how you in the truth and you rapping like that, boy. Many nigga crashing out, all about a bitch, boy. Just young ass nigga from that country, now they follow, boy. Best believe I'm shining out. Chains around my neck, oh nigga. Grills all up in my mouth. Wait, little nigga, you pause, little nigga. No, I don't smoke no weed. I ain't gonna lie, kinda weird to me. My different nigga, can't you see? Different nigga, vid for me. Don't stick to me. I'm a little nigga, you can learn from me. Oh, she so fine to me. Pop up on the dance floor, do your ditty bop. Do your dance moves up on this hoe. I say get it, get it, get it. I say hit it, hit it, hit it. I say get it, get it, get it, ayy. I say get it, get it, get it. I say hit it, hit it, hit it. I say get it, get it, get it, ayy. Do your ditty bop.
All right, Shalom, Israel. This is the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana. Since 1969, been educating Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians on who they truly are according to these scriptures. And with that being said, well, it's something you must know. 1 second. Give me 1 second. I'm going to lock this up. Right, there we go. All right, it's something that you must know, man. We have been trying to educate Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians for far too long. And some people will understand and some people won't. With that being said, we are now officially at the beginning of the end. And I don't know if you realize, I don't know if you pay attention to the prophecies, I don't know if you know the prophecies, but it's getting real. You know, at least even for myself, you know, for so long, we have been living in a lie. For so long, we have been believing that Christ was a white man. We have been believing that Caesar Borgia is the real Messiah. We have been believing that, you know, we can do all sorts of lasciviousness and or sin and disobey the Most High God and just say, I repent and continue to do these things and celebrate pagan holidays and partake in more pagan religions and partake in more of the filth of this lawless society called America. And even for myself, to finally obtain the truth and the wisdom of the scriptures, to see that this is actually the end times and that stuff is coming to pass, is something that I cannot begin to even fathom. And with that being said, as for all my Christians, all my Buddhists, all my Hinduists, all my Judaism, right, and all my Rastafaris, etc., in any type of denomination in Christianity, the stuff that you are seeing is biblical. And the reason why these things must happen is because the world is too far gone in its own ways, right? And with that being said, everything that you see going around happened back then when Christ was walking. This is nothing new underneath the sun. This has been happening since the beginning of days. People have been going against God. People have been going and creating their own religions. People have been going to create their own pagan holidays and worship themselves as gods. It's just it. The other nations, they've been doing that thing because they don't have a God. But it's one thing that I must say. As you see now, the events that are taking place in Israel are biblical. And they must come to pass, it must happen. Because if they don't, then how will blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians have a chance at salvation? Those things need to take place over there in the Middle East in order for Christ's return. And a lot of times you're going to see, and a lot of times I see as well, right? Because I'm in the social media aspect, that people are saying, pray for world peace. Pray that the Palestinians and the Israelis get along. Let me tell you something, man. Blood has been shed even before this event happened. They've been fighting way before the even Nazis came along in. They've been fighting before that. And then when they came along, of course, certain events happened, right? They've been fighting. This is an ongoing war that's been there. But it's even more imminent and even more prevalent in these times that the Most High God kicked up things just a notch because this got to end. The entire world, whether you Israeli, you Palestinian, any type of Arab, any person that says Allah Akbar, anybody that's Asian, anybody that's Hawaiian, all these nations have came up against blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Shalom on Christ, Adawan. Shalom Yahweh, Shalom Shabbat, Officer Zion. The water for tuning in, right? All these nations have came up against blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. They have. Now, when you see the events that happen over there, of course, people that, see these things want to say world peace. That's what they want to say. Need to remind you, the same very people that's saying, well, I pray for world peace. You can't say anything about peace because your very people are the same ones that cause turmoil to other people as well, my people. But then when you see somebody else that's not your people go and do it to somebody else, you think that, they might not deserve those things. They might not deserve judgment. And that's how you look at it. When in all actuality, every nation that's not the nation of Israel deserves a judgment. And what you were seeing now is the Most High God judging those two nations. He's judging them. And as you see, I don't know if you heard the news, but I believe, was it India? Because India is, I think, partnered with Palestine, the Palestinians, right? They said, America, don't join in. We're warning you because we will defend our brother. And their brother is the Palestinians. Now, a while back, America was told not to join in and help NATO by Russia, right? They were just still helping Ukraine to try to fight Russia. Now, what you're going to see is that even though America was helping Ukraine to try to fight Russia, Russia is going to end up adopting Ukraine in with them because Ukraine does not have enough power and backing to fight Russia. And America is not going to have enough money to keep funding them anyways. So what's going to happen? Ukraine is going to join Russia. And then they're going to form even more of a bigger army to come against America, right? Now, not to say that every other nation on the face of the earth has not done wrong, but America has done a great deal of wrong. And everybody want a peace at getting their hits in on America. They want to throw some haymakers in the little right or the left hook, little uppercut. Every nation want a part because America has effed over every other nation, every other big country, every world leader on the face of the earth, and they want a hand in that. And what you were seeing now is the brink of World War III. And since 1969, we have been trying to tell you that World War III was coming. I believe in 2014, Commanding General Yohanna said at Passover that World War III was coming. And nobody wanted to believe. The same way nobody wanted to believe is the same way those people did not believe when Noah told them that God was going to flood the earth. Nobody wanted to believe. They said, you know, the hell with that. What are you talking about? Who's God? I don't care about God. The earth's not going to flood. I'm living my life. See, that's what happens. You live your life, you fulfill your lusts until sudden calamity comes. Sudden calamity comes. Sudden judgment comes. Sudden things come out of the woodworks, and then what? All hell done broke loose. And now you sitting there with a still face is wondering why. Why do you have to die? You don't want to die. You love your life. You got to die because you're a cancer to the earth. You're a cancer to the society. You're a cancer to the economy. You're a cancer to God. You're a cancer to God's prophets getting his word out. And you must go. You got to go. Because if not, you'll continue to deceive and mislead the people. So then when the prophets come along, you know, they can't really get the message out because you done deceived our people for so long. Let me tell you something. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you see that stuff that's going on right now there in Israel, that is biblical prophecy. Those people that are in that land right now, the so-called Israeli people, the fake Jews, the Jewish people, right? They are not God's chosen people. And the reason why they're getting judged is because they're not supposed to inhabit that land. They don't have the right to inherit that land. In the scriptures, it says what? That the Most High God promised us that land, the Israelites. Like it says in Romans 9:4, that we pertain to the adoptions, the glory, the service of God, the covenants, you know what I'm saying, and the promises, etc., right? Not them. That's the exact reason as to why, what? They have no understanding of the Bible. The exact reason why they're going through the things that they're going through now. So I'm on Christ, Jaquad. What's going on, Hot?
No, sir. That's
the exact reason that they're going through the things that they're going through now. You understand? See, a lot of people across the earth, they always want to pray for peace. Pray for peace. The hell with peace, man. It wasn't no peace when our people was being unalived at the masses. Now it's time for somebody else to get their turn. Now it's time for somebody else to get their butt whooped. It wasn't no peace when Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians was getting their babies cut out their stomach. It wasn't no peace then when we was getting chased down by coon dogs and getting our toes cut off. You know what I'm saying? And they playing soccer ball with our babies in alligator-infested waters. It wasn't no peace then. It was just power and violence. And then what? Y'all got to benefit off of the backs of us to build this goddamn country for y'all. Let me tell you something. It wouldn't be no Israel if it wasn't for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. It wouldn't be. One second, let me plug this up real quick, so it don't go dead on me. No, it'll shut off on me. All right. So the things that you're seeing now is biblical prophecy. I'm gonna just let you know this. It's about to get wicked. You know, for so long we've been growing up in the church, man, and everybody be talking about the rapture this and rapture that. The rapture's not real. It's not in the scriptures. Ain't no sexual pleasures gonna be going on. Well, people will indulge in those things, of course, in the day of the Lord. But I'm telling you, it's not gonna be a pleasant thing when Christ come back. It's not. The stuff that we talk about in the scriptures, how we say that, you know, Christ coming back with a sword and, you know, he don't love everybody. He coming back to hurt some. Yeah, we talking about it, but we really don't know how much anger and what he really going to do. Like the things that I can't even fathom and how he's going to unalive people, how the angels are going to be, how the UFOs are going to come down and just swift through the city and knock people off and split people in half, and angels with superpowers. And the most, and Yahushua just wreaking his anger across the earth to reestablish his name because everybody been playing with his name. He's going to be crazy. And what you're seeing right now in Israel is the beginning of the end. This is it. It's over with. You know, a lot of times they say, you know, here on earth, you know, based on Christianity, the main religion that Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians subscribe to, what do we say? We say, well, you're just going to get a lot of money. You go to church every Sunday, you go to Bible study, and then what? After you do those things, you get a lot of money and you grow old and die. You never really have no real purpose on the earth. You never really have no real knowledge and understanding of the scriptures. You don't even know who Christ really is. You don't understand the scriptures at all. You don't know who God is. And you subscribe to anything. And that right there has gotten our people confused. That's why we go out there every Friday to try to wake them up, just how Noah tried to. Because this is it. This right here feels like the days of Noah. When Noah was telling them people that the God is going to flood the earth, nobody listened. When the ISUPK since 1969 has been telling people that the end of the world is coming, nobody wants to listen. Nobody gives a damn. Nobody cares. You know why? It's the same reason how they don't care is the same reason how when we're young black men or you got young sisters go to church, we don't really give a damn about church. Because being holy and righteous is looked at as a not cool thing. It's looked at as like some corny thing. Like, oh, you go to church, you holier than thou. You think that you so perfect and you this and that and woo woo. You keep lots of commandments. They think it's boring, and quite natural. I can understand. I mean, you going to church, you really don't got no swag, no wisdom, no understanding of what the scriptures really mean. But when you come into the truth and the eyes should become the commandment of Yohana, you see that being righteous is not a boring thing. You see, it's actually a benefit to your life. That you stop doing the things that you were doing. That you have a chance to be holy and separate. That you have a chance to be what? Perfect. Have a chance to inherit the kingdom of heaven. But following the ways of other people, you never would have had that chance or had that ability to do those things. So we're gonna get into these scriptures, right? Give me, watch out, Draco. Give me Revelation 18:4. You got it. You can go ahead and read it.
It's the book of Revelations, chapter 18, verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that
right there. All right there, Yaquan. I'm gonna let you finish, but I'm gonna break this down real quick to put it in so you can focus more on the realism of these scriptures, man. All right. The book of Revelation, chapter 18, verse 4 says, "And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues." Now, when it says come out of her, what is the her? What would you think the her is, Jaquan?
The world.
More specifically, like what country?
A woman. Like,
Well, yeah, it's metaphorically saying a woman, because in the Bible it describes her as a woman, but this particular country, what do you say it right now? Not the state, but what country?
the U.S.
The U.S., right? America, USA, right? So this her is talking about Babylon the Great, America, USA, the U.S., United States, or the great whore that sits upon many waters. Now, if you look at it in a geographical state, when it says the great whore that sits upon many waters, look at the globe. America is a mass land that sits upon many waters. It's surrounded by many oceans. Many oceans and seas surround America. So that's what it means, metaphorically saying that this is the her, right? And it says, come out of her, my people. And when it says to come out of her, it does not physically mean to come out of America, right? It means to come out of the spirit of America, meaning to not smoke the weed, man. That's the spirit of America. To not smoke cigarettes, to not sell dope and be a drug dealer, to not molest children, and force yourself on a woman to take her. You know what I'm saying? Beat up on people. You know what I'm saying? Unaliving people, stealing from people. You know what I'm saying? Celebrating Christmas and Valentine's Day. Those things. That's the spirit. Because think about it. Everything that we do here in America, it's like religious type. It's like a religion. Like if you played on a Big 12 football team in college, they have religions that they do. It's like a religion. Like everyone has their own logo, their own mascot, their own little thing according to that college that they do. So like with the Clemson or Virginia Tech, they have a rock that they touch before they go out onto the field. It's a rock that they touch. I guess it's for good luck, but it's like a religious act. It's like, I got to touch this so I can play good today. They have everything that we do is religious. You know, every time Thanksgiving comes around, what do? We religiously gather our family members together and what? Have a big feast to celebrate the death of our brothers and sisters. I mean, what type of stuff is that? That's why you got to come out the spirit. You got to come out of her, because this place has you to celebrate the death of your people. It has you to celebrate things like Valentine's Day. Now we celebrating President's Day. Why would we even celebrate President's Day? And the last time I checked, Abraham Lincoln was a president and he had his slaves' teeth in his mouth. Last time I checked, he didn't even want to abolish slavery. He had so many people on his tail that, hey, he just fell into it. He felt guilty. But if it had been him, he would have kept slavery. Look at all the political leaders. They're Caucasian men that never did right by us. And yet we go out and celebrate days named after them. And that's why you got to come out of this place, man. Because this place is going to drive you crazy, going to drive you insane. I mean, why in the hell would I be celebrating anything about this place when everything that they made up and everything that they do is about mocking my people, mocking the death of my people, mocking how they say that they're God's chosen people and we ain't. They mocking saying that we don't look good, we don't dress good. You know what I'm saying? Our hair don't look good. They calling us savages and the N-words and spits, etc. Everything that they do is a mockery. Everything that they do is disrespectful, is not genuine. Everything they do is just full of iniquity. And that's why they push their religions on us. That's why they push their pagan holidays on us. And that's why the scripture says to come out of her. To what? Receipt, to be not partakers of her sins. Eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. We know those things. Smoking weed, being a drug dealer. Forcing yourself on a woman, on little girls, touching on little boys and little girls, being a homosexual, you know what I'm saying, an alternative lifestyle, all these sins, right? Worshiping another god, worshiping Caesar Borgia, being a Buddhist, being a Hinduist, being a Jehovah's Witness, Rastafarian, a Christian, or any denomination in Christianity, right? Because they make one every day. And that ye receive not her plagues. Well, what are the plagues that's coming to this place? Well, what? 3 years ago, we had what? COVID-19 started. That was a plague. Before then, way before then, they had bubonic plague. They had the swine flu. The bird flu. They had Ebola. They had the Zika virus. These are plagues. Then way before then, back in the times with Moses, they had the 10 plagues. The locusts, the death of the firstborn. I mean, come on, man. All this stuff is the plagues that's hitting these places, right? Right? Verse 5. Give me verse 5, Yaquad.
Con. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and God hath remembered her iniquities.
Wait, say that again?
For her sins have reached unto heaven, and God hath remembered her iniquities.
Stop right there. Right, verse 5 says, For her sins have reached unto heaven, and God hath remembered her iniquities. Right? Now, is this saying, this is like metaphorically speaking to say that they've done so much sin that it's reached out into the heavens to where God is dwelling at. That's how much sin they done. That's what it's metaphorically saying. And God hath remembered her iniquities. Well, why would God have to remember her iniquities if he loved everybody? Why would I have to remember that? It's only two reasons. It's either I'm going to remember what you did and then you say you repent and then I forget about it, or I'm going to remember and it's going to stick with me because the reason I have to remember is because I have to judge you. Well, which one do you think it is? He got to remember because he has to judge these nations. God judges nations, and that's what he's going to do. With the nation of Edom, with the nation of the Ishmaelites, the Arabs, with the nation of all the Asians, on the Hawaiians, and the Middle Easterns. They all gonna get judged, right? Give me verse 6.
Con. It's like verse 6. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works. In the cup which she hath filled to her double.
Right. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works. Meaning what? Now this is saying what? give the same thing that she gave to you. What did America give blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians? Nothing but horror. They traumatized us. We grew up in the hood, Section 8. They come dropping guns off. They got doggone police officers coming unalive and little girls, beating up the dudes in the street. You handcuffed, you got 3 cops on your chest. They gun you down. They shoot your dang family dog. They causing terror. They wrongfully accuse your dang dad of doing something. Now he in jail for 30 years. You know what I'm saying? They raising the rent up. They're raising the property tax up. They making it to where you can't even buy a building or even do nothing to benefit your family, man. Do that as she has done unto you. Meaning what? What goes around comes around. America will be judged. And as you see right now, that war over in Israel, I don't think that it's just going to stay in Israel. No, it's just starting there. It's going to come to America. How many times you don't watch the movie Purge? All the purges. You think that's just a game? You think that's just for fun? Now that's real life, man. But we would have never known it was real life because when we was Christians, we didn't think nothing like that was going to happen. We just look at movies and look at them as entertainment. That's not a coincidence, man. That's going to happen. The world will happen where it'll have a purge and it'll be post-apocalyptic like Walking Dead. It will be people to where, the stores is burnt down and, you know what I'm saying, no electricity in them, the lights flickering and stuff, and there's somebody in there trying to unalive you. They're gonna have people trying to bust in your door and try to force themselves on your mother, force themselves on you, on your wife, try to unalive you. Arabs and like them people that's over there in Israel, they're gonna come to America. Don't think there ain't gonna be no Arabs and no Palestinians not over here saying Allah Akbar. They coming over here with their suicide vests, they AK-47s and they M16s and AR-15s, and they coming to try to unalive people. And that's why it's very imminent that you be in the school, in the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. So you can have a chance to have some salvation. Because when they come over here, you ain't gonna have no protection if you're not in school. I'm just being real with you. You ain't gonna know what to do. You ain't gonna have no wisdom, no discernment. You ain't gonna be you ain't gonna be determined to do nothing. You ain't gonna fight or nothing. You're gonna be docile like everybody else in the world. They coming over here. The Asians, they gonna come over here. They're gonna be fighting with their feet, kicking people in the face and stabbing people. You're gonna have crackheads running loose, drug dealers running loose, rapists running loose. Everybody gonna be running loose. It's going to be the purge. And that's coming to America. America gotta be judged. But right now, what you see over there in Israel is just a start. It's just a start. You don't understand that God just said, hey, your check engine light on in your car. See, a lot of black folk, we don't pay attention to the check engine light. We keep God doggone driving. We keep driving and driving until something happens. Then when it's too late, now we want to try to get the dang car fixed. Now your alternator out. You know what I'm saying? You got doggone battery blew. The dang tires it got dry rot. You ain't got no spark plugs in your car. Your damn starter gone. You see what happened when you wait too late? This is God flashing the check engine light. Israel's a check engine light. If you ain't paying attention to Israel, when it comes too late, your check engine light get too bad, hey, it's over with. And by that time, guess what? Christ coming back. So the same way when it get too late and you trying to figure out what's going on with it and your car done for, that's when Christ come back. And then all hell gonna break loose. Because you didn't pay attention to the signs because you didn't give a damn. You didn't care about what was going on. Didn't care. Let me get Isaiah 2:1. Let me get Isaiah 2:1, man. We'll start to break it down a little bit more. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. All right, there we go. You can go ahead and read when you got it.
I said, could you repeat the verse?
Book of Isaiah, chapter 2, verse 1.
Okay. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 2, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
The word that Isaiah, the son of Amos, saw,
Yeah, it's Amos, but yeah.
Amos
Mm-hmm.
saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem.
Give me verse 2.
Verse 2. And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains.
What did it say, Yaquan? What did it say? And it shall come to pass in what?
That the day in the last days.
In the last days. Are we not in the last days, Yaquan?
Come on, sir.
What you think this is? You think this is just another time where we just gonna be chilling and then the world go back normal, or you think this is it? What you think?
It sounds like this is it, sir.
This is it. But everybody across the world, what they say, this ain't nothing happening. Like when COVID happened, I knew it was over with. It was over with. Everybody thought the world went back to normal. The world never went back to normal. But they still got Negroes right now, still trying to get their money back from all the money and millions they lost during COVID. And inflation, and they got down interest rates, everything, bro. America is falling. You see how they raising up all these percentages and trying to get just to make ends meet to get some money. They dollar don't even mean nothing no more. And yet they still putting trillions of dollars to give to Ukraine. They ain't got no money. Why do you think that they ain't really trying to do nothing as far as war? They ain't got the funds for it. And besides, all the times that they even had the funds or they had the equipment, when they went to go bomb another nation, they left their doggone equipment there with their soldiers. So now them people just got just as good as equipment as you and probably upped it up and made it even better, and they got the training from your soldiers. You dummy. America want to be the bully, but they got doggone dumb. Keep reading, man. Because this right here is going to be talking about Israel in the land of Israel. You going?
Mm-hmm. It's like that the mountains of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall float unto it.
Pause right there, right? And it shall come to pass in the last days. Now, this is the last days. This is it. It's either you're going to be on God's side or you're going to be with them other nations. Don't mess up now. That's how we messed up to even get in this predicament now. Because why? We was on God's side, but we decided to follow another nation, and then what? God took us off that mountain and put us at a very low state to be subject to these other nations, and we fell into captivity and fell to their gods and their religions and served them. Don't do that again, because this time, guess what? Ain't gonna be no chance to serve. You just gonna die. It's gonna have to happen. Because if you do follow these other nations, guess what? You will be something or a person, or follow the characteristics of a person that cannot inherit the kingdom of heaven. And it lists those in the scriptures. These certain people can't inherit the kingdom of heaven. And everybody that is not following the ISUPK and the commanding general Yohana, everybody that's not in the school keeping these laws and commandments or trying to take heed to, at least trying, y'all will be those people that have those characteristics of the people that cannot inherit the kingdom of heaven. And that's why it is so prominent that you understand and listen to the things that we are saying, right? And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains. Now, what does this mean? Meaning the house of the Lord shall be set upon high, right? And shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow into it, right? So you got the mountain, you got the hill, and then you got below that you would have what? Like you could have like the earth, right? The lower part, right? Now the mountain is very high. You ever like Mount Everest is a mountain. Like if you go all the way to the top of Mount Everest, you need a mask just to breathe because it's so high. Now below the mountain, below Mount Everest are hills. And below the hills, when you get off the hills, you're on the earth. So the Lord says what? His name is not going to be at the hills of the earth. It's going to be at the mountains, at Mount Everest. It's going to be so high that you need a mask just to get up. You need a mask to breathe this oxygen up here, right? God is going to establish his name and his house at the top once again through the way of Yahushua, right? And all nations shall flow into it. Now, what does that mean right there? That means what? Well, every nation is going to come to us for things. We're going to have our government. We're going to have the law, statutes, commandments, and govern those across the entire earth to make sure everyone is following the law, statutes, commandments, right? Everyone's going to flow unto the nation of Israel. That's what's going to happen. They're going to look to us for counsel. They're going to look to us for the lawful things to eat. They're going to look to us to follow the law, statutes, commandments. They're going to look to us when they want to purchase merchandise. That's what it means by everyone shall flow unto it. Because why? America was at the top of the mountain, and who all flows to it? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, the nation of Israel. Who else? The god doggone Asians. Who else? The Hawaiians. Right? Who else? The Arabs, even the Middle Easterns. The Middle Easterns got doggone gas stations over here right now with the bars over it because they scared half to death that you're going to steal something. The Asians as well. We get everything from the Asians. They allow us to buy stuff off of them, America. But it's going to be a changing of the guard. Every nation is going to flow into the house of the Lord. Every nation is going to flow into the house that the Lord has established on the mountains. Right? Shalom in Christ, sis. Shalom in Christ. Shalom in Christ, huh? Right? Now give me verse 3. Now we got that part. Now we're getting to verse 3.
Verse 3. And many people shall go and say, Come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the God of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his path. For out of Zion shall we go forth the law. It's like shall go forth the law, and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem.
Right, stop right there. And many people shall go and say, Come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord. Right? Everybody wants to, like, after it's already established and everybody's going to flow into it, they're going to say, and let us go into the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the God of Jacob, and he will teach us his ways. Well, just like what? All these other nations taught us their ways. We're going to teach them our ways, our culture, the culture of the Israelites, right? And he will walk in his paths, right? For out of Zion shall go forth the law, right? Now, right there, you might not know what that means. Well, when you come in America, I'm going to put this in the sense of America, right? For out of America shall go forth the law. Well, America sees that they're the big dogs. They profess they're the big dog. They push everything comes out of America. But it's a changing of the guard. For out of Zion shall go forth the law. It's going to come out of us, out of the nation of Israel, out of what God ordains, right? And the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. Right, in verse 4.
Okay. And he shall rebuke, Verse 4. And he shall judge among the nations, and he shall rebuke many people.
Stop right there. Stop right there. Now this verse, right? And he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people. Now, a lot of times, rebuke means correction. Let me just say this. In this context, this correction is not a good correction at all. This is a correction like the Most High gonna mess somebody up. And he shall judge among the nations, right? Now, what's happening over there in God doggone Israel? Those are different nations fighting. Then you had Russia and Ukraine. Now, Russia, China, they gonna go over there too. They might get a little piece in. If not, they still gonna end up fighting them anyways. Like I said, it's just starting there, right? and he shall judge among the nations. Those are all the nations that cause mischief against the Hebrews, and shall rebuke many people. Meaning he gonna mess some people up. And they shall beat their swords into plowshares. Right? Like, okay, how I break this down. This right here is explaining that what? As of right now, the people that are inhabiting that land are not God's chosen people because they're at war. Now, it's not no peace there. But when we come back, those same very people that were inhabiting that land that were imposters, the same very people that had us at captivity, they're going to turn their swords, their guns, their spears and knives are going to be turned into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Meaning what? They no longer going to have the power and authority to do those things because the righteous are now inheriting this earth. There won't be no violence. From then on, now they will be performing in agricultural acts. They will be farmers, sharecroppers. So swords and the plowshares, and their spears and the pruning hooks. Like those little, a pruning hook is like a it's like a little knife or a little. It look like the things that you harvest wheat with. It's like a little, it got a little wooden handle, but it got a little curve to it. I don't know if you ever seen the if you ever what is it in Russia? They got like a little, they got a flag with it, but it's like a little thing and then like a half C, but it's really like a blade. I think got like a star on the flag as well, something like that. But that's a pruning hook. And it says, nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. But they're going to be working, bro. They're going to be working just how we worked. Then there'll be peace in that land. Because why? The righteous people are now inheriting that land. They ain't going to lift up their sword to go to war with another nation. It won't be the Palestinians versus the god doggone Israelis. It won't be Ukraine versus Russia. It won't be America versus Iraq and Iran and Kuwait and Syria and ISIS and China and North Korea and South Korea. It won't be that anymore because they're too busy working in the fields. They're too busy working and serving us that they're not going to lift up their sword against another nation. It's not going to happen. It's just not. For one, they're not going to have the power and authority. And then two, it's just not going to happen because this ain't their land, this ain't their rules. We control everything. Then you got the 144,000 governing this place. This place is surrounded by angels and warriors. None of that's just going to go down, man. We got the righteous now inheriting the earth, taking care of the earth, making sure the earth is dealt with in a great condition. Neither shall they learn war anymore. They're not going to learn. They're not going to know war. They're not going to learn war because they're too busy serving us, God's chosen people. So as of right now, there ain't no peace over there. But this scripture is saying what? Until we get back over there, and until they turn their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks, until they don't lift their sword up against another nation, and they in them fields working how we had to work, then it ain't gonna be no peace over there. It's just gonna forever be bloodshed. But that's why the things that's happening now in Israel must happen, for that way this scripture can come to pass. So that way they can turn their swords into plowshares and turn their spears into pruning hooks. And they can be out there in them cotton fields, getting thorns in their feet, be out there cutting that wheat up, cutting down the sugar cane, you know what I'm saying? Getting them watermelons, getting them got doggone bell peppers and the potatoes up out of them got doggone gardens for us to eat, for us to feast on. But until then, you won't see such a thing if those people inheriting that land. But it is now imminent and is very prevalent in these times that you see that World War III is on the brink. It's unfolding. I mean, what more can you ask for as a Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man? I know a lot of us, we don't know, we don't have the wisdom to understand that what's going on is the end of the world. So then when I ask you, well, you should be rejoicing, you should be praising, you be like, nah, man, because it should be peace. We should just all love everybody. But now you want to say that you should love everybody when everybody else has not loved you, including the nation that's fighting over there. They had a hand in hating your people. They had a hand in helping craft some of the things that were used to torture you in slavery. And pass certain laws to keep slavery alive. but yet you want to say love everybody. The people don't love us, man. What you see right now is it. You know when you watch a movie and it says Finn, it says the end, this is it. I know we all thought we was going to get old, you know what I'm saying, make hella money, grow old, and live till I'm 80. This wasn't going to happen. It's just crazy that, wow, in 2023, probably 2024, it's over with. It's going to be a new world. It's going to be a new world order for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to rule underneath Christ. And a lot of people are not going to believe it. A lot of people are not going to think it's true. When they see Christ come out the sky, when they've been hearing the priests and prophets of the Lord and the ISUPK been prophesying, saying that a black man from the tribe of Judah named Yahushua HaMashiach is coming with UFOs. Why do you think you've been seeing a lot of UFOs lately? Why do you think, matter of fact, let me ask you this question. What do they always say? Don't they always say it's quiet before the storm? When something about to happen, you know it'd be quiet. I hate to bring this up, right? But this is one of the best ways, not best ways, but one of the ways that coming up through the world, I know this stuck with me, right? Whenever they had two brothers that had odds with each other, they'd be in different gangs. If it was a real problem or something was really about to go down, it wasn't a lot of talking. It wasn't no rah-rah, this and that. It was silence. It was just silence. They made eye contact and seen each other. And when it was time to make that move, they made that move, and they was at odds with each other, and they started a war. Now, I hate to bring that up, right? I really do, because I don't like to talk about our people in the negative light, but that's just reality. But it's a calm before the storm. It was quiet before the storm. And why you think these past couple of years, it just ain't been sitting right. It just been a little eerie. You just been sitting around, you be like, this, the world just feel different. It just feel weird. It just don't feel the same because it never was going to go back to the same. It's been messed up for a while. So this right here is what the calm before the storm. And look, they might go all the way. They might go all the way with this Palestinian Israeli thing. And you've seen the missiles going off. You know, seen them unaliving people. You've seen what's going on. They might just push the nukes. We all know what happens when the nukes come. Christ coming. We all know what happened when Christ comes. He gonna be worse than the nukes. You thought a nuke was bad. Man, wait till Christ come back. It do like the force of 20 nukes. Now I can't even begin to imagine me surviving a nuke bomb blast. But 20 nukes in the power of Yahushua, you tripping. A lot of people, like, bro, I know a lot of times you hear people, they talk about, you know, I don't bow down to no man. I ain't gonna bow down to Christ. So I don't believe in no God. I don't believe in Christ, right? Even though, you know, God and Christ are different, but in their head, they think it's the same, right? I don't believe in none of that. I don't care what the Bible say. In that day, which is soon, it's coming soon. I like to say, I think about 2024, we up out of here. That's what I think. You know, Lord willing. That's just how I'm feeling. Just what I'm seeing. I could be wrong, right? But 2024, I think we up out of here. And you're going to see a lot more chairs. You're going to see a lot more stuff happening. But this right here is the start before the rest of the prophecies unfold. And Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, what? Have a chance to have a kingdom of heaven. Have a chance at salvation. That's what we've been longing for. Like the scriptures say that the meek of the earth, the meek shall inherit the earth. Who's the meek? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. The same very people that y'all say that look like savages and spics. The same very people that you call poor. The same very people that's on Section 8 in the hoods with roses in their house, eating ramen noodles. You know what I'm saying? There's guns, all type of bullets flying around the neighborhood. The drunk uncles. You know what I'm saying? The uncle that like to touch up on your cousins and stuff like that. All the stuff that we have to live through. But in all actuality, we are God's chosen people. We were just destroyed by your doctrines. We were destroyed by your ways of living. And we've been destroyed so much that the fact that we can't even fight back against you guys. But in that very same thing, you got to understand this. Y'all gonna get judged. Y'all this close to getting judged. Y'all this close. What's that? You know that on your phone, That one emoji that do like this. That do this. You know what I'm talking about, Yaquan? That emoji that do this. But I know if you look at the emoji, it's a little fine space just right there in between. It's like that close. How close the doggone heathens is from getting judged. I'm dead serious. Oh, they that close. They that close. You should be like, whenever you got time, to everybody viewing this class, right? Go on YouTube and type in Bruce Buffer, It's Time. The same dude that do the It's Time intro for the UFC when he introducing people, and he be like, it's time. It's time, bro. It's time, bro. It's time. As a matter of fact, that just made me just want to pull up the video. I'm gonna show you what time it is. I'm gonna show you what time it is. I'll show you exactly what time it is. This is what time it is. Let me go ahead and play this. This is what it is.
This is the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time!
I ain't gonna lie. Seeing him do that and thinking about the stuff that's happening across the world just brings joy to my goddamn face. I'm telling you, that get me so hyped. It get me so hyped. I just wish Christ would come back and he had that playing on the chariot, super loud. I'm talking about something louder than a 15 speaker. You hear it across the earth. It's time. It's time. Remember how they say in the scriptures that it's a time for everything? Right now is a time for war. It's wartime. You had a time for peace. You had a time for love. You had a time to mourn. No, it's wartime, bro. Ain't no lovey-dovey stuff going on. Christ ain't coming back to just kiss everybody, bro. Why I say in the scriptures that he gonna remember the people that pierced him? Because somebody gonna get judged. That's what's gonna happen. I know it sounds crazy when you think about it, that a black man is literally going to be in a UFO with other black men, but this particular black man's name is Yahushua Hamashiach, which is Christ. And he's coming back to save blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And he's going to be joined by other black people in these chariots that are angels. And they're going to come back and unalive everybody, even though I say I believe on Christ, even though I repented and think that I've been doing good, even though I eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. God knows my heart, and he's not going to come back and kill me. You a dang fool. That's why they say in the scriptures that his god doggone garment is going to look like it got dipped in a vesture of blood, because that's how many people he's going to have to take out, man. I believe it's saying in the scriptures, what, two-thirds of my people going to get knocked off? I don't know how many people of us is on the earth. I do not know. But I can tell you this, I know in the entire earth is at least about 8 billion. Now I know blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians at least got to be maybe about 1 billion, maybe. If it's more, then that surprised me. I don't know. I don't keep track of that, right? I ain't doing no mathematician on how many of us is on the earth. I don't know. But 2/3 got to go. 2/3 got to go. In the midst of that, the goddamn oppressors got to go as well. Ain't nobody safe, man. The only way you're going to be safe in this ISUPK, the Commander General Army. It's the only way you're going to be safe. So I'll say this once again. The event that happened in Israel is God flashing a check engine light. If you continue to drive your car, which means you continue to live your life, and the metaphorical saying that that's driving your car, and you don't pay attention to that check engine light, your vehicle will break down. Your life will break down. Your life will go into shambles. You will panic. It's going to be too late for you to fix the whip. And when that moment comes, you're helpless. There's nothing you can do. But we telling you right now on how to make it right. You're telling you right now that you can have some safety. You're telling you right now, repent right now and come into the school, get in all black. But you don't want to listen. I know you don't, because nobody across the earth, everybody here in America did not bat an eye on what happened in Israel. You know how I know? Because if Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford fight, or Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather fight, the video goes viral. It gets 18, 20 million. If Billie Eilish drops a video, if Taylor Swift drops a music video, it gets 20 million, 56 million, probably 1.1 billion views. But when that thing happened in Israel, it was only roughly about 500,000 views on YouTube, not across at least a couple of platforms. It was on the news. Nobody gives a damn. Everybody's still going back to work, acting like it's a normal life. But they think it's just happening in Israel. Because all the wars that we've ever had have been what? On foreign land. When we go to war, America, that's what I'm saying, we, but of course I'm not American or part of America. I'm just saying it in a sense, right? To describe the story of what I'm saying. They always fought on their land. But you ain't never had nobody come over here and fight on America's land. And that's what's wrong with the people. That's America make you prideful. America fill your head up and make you have an ego. Even the citizens here, we don't care. You know, America gonna do its job. You know, little do they know America's struggling. America ain't got no funding money for no war. America ain't really got no allies like that. America done burnt bridges with every other nation. That's why everybody against them. They don't pay their dues back. America is like a bully dickhead to everybody. And everybody tired of being bullied. So everybody finna jump America. It's coming here. I already said the purge coming. Got doggone Walking Dead coming. It's coming. You're gonna have people. As a matter of fact, I know exact example because I was just watching some of the stuff that was happening in Israel, right? And they had a group of Palestinians pulled. They had flags all out their car. It was militants. It was in regular cars. You know how you see on Call of Duty and stuff? Like that's not fake neither. That's real, right? You watch the games and you see them pull up. They was pulling up. They was yelling in their language, but when you translated it, they was saying, "Get their daughters and force yourselves on them. Like go and take her." That's what they were saying. And when you get to this point, it's no going back. Now I could have been to a point that was like, yeah, they unalived a couple people. Okay, cool. But now it's like getting far more past unaliving people. It's getting to the point to where it's just pure all out madness. They were saying go and get their daughters, take them, and force yourselves on them. If she like it or not, I don't care if she's screaming or not. They was unaliving women. I seen dude, he grabbed a woman out the car. He kidnapped her, grabbed her out the car. And this is the aftermath. He beat the hell out of this woman. Like she was unrecognizable. Nose broken, arms beat up. And I'm talking about he just whooping her. He's saying some stuff. She trying to cooperate. He don't give a damn. See, one dude, he done shot the other dude in the head because he was on the other side. He's an Israeli soldier, got shot in the head. They had another dude take a woman. The woman ain't do nothing, right? According to what we'll say, she ain't do nothing, right? Which is true. They took her, unalived her, and they stripped her naked and drove around the city and paraded saying, Allah Akbar. It's gotten real, bro. Blood has been shed. I don't know if you've seen the god doggone minister of Israel, but he said that he's going to promise to avenge Israel. He said that Hamas has made a great deal of a mistake and that they're going to get obliterated off the face of the earth. He said, we are at war. Now, for all these times we hear all these other nations go to war, you don't think none of it. Need I remind you, the Palestinians and Israel have been at war for years, all the way back then before they got doggone Nazis, right? They've been at war for a long time. But it's just even crazier that now that this war and the way it's popping off is biblical prophecy. It's biblical prophecy. It gotta happen, right? Give me Give me Isaiah 26:20. So now I'm gonna tell you now, we already got that the fact that those people that are in the land are not God's chosen people, and there won't be no peace until we're there. And how the peace will be when they got doggone serving us. When they in them got doggone fields with them pruning hooks and them plowshares, then it'll be peace. I have peace when I see him working. I ain't gonna have no peace when he got that weapon in his hand. I ain't gonna have no peace when he got power. Go ahead.
It's the book of Isaiah. It's like chapter 26, verse 20.
Mm-hmm.
Come, my people, enter thou. It's like enter thou into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself as it were for a little moment, until the indignation be overpassed.
Yaquad,
Concert.
I want you to look at that scripture again. And when you read that first sentence, right as that statement is, what do you think the scripture is the reason why I'm bringing this up by what I just said? What do you think that's
Is he saying come back home? Like
think about it. Read the first sentence.
come my people into thy chambers.
Enter thou into thy chambers. What are you entering? What can you enter?
The truth. Like enter.
Yeah, but this is different, right? Keep reading. And this is literal too. And shut thy doors. What you shutting doors on? Think spiritual. When I say spiritual, I don't mean like in a metaphorical way. When I say spiritual, I'm like, I think in the eyes of the Lord, like things that the Lord makes.
Only thing I can think about right now is him telling us to come back home and follow the commandments and shut the door on the world.
No, see, now you could go that way, but nah, this right here is talking about the chariots.
Okay.
Come, my people, enter thou. I'm gonna explain how it's the chariots. Enter thou into thy chambers. Right now, within context, we know that this is talking about chariots of the Lord, and shut thy doors about thee. Now, I don't know if I've never physically seen one up close, but I have seen chariots before on multiple occasions. Now, of course, it is in the sky until they had got doggone doors. Now, if you see them on the internet, people that take pictures, they do have doors. It says, enter into thy chambers and shut thy doors about thee. Right? You shut the door behind you, right? Hide thyself as it were for a little moment, until the indignation be overpassed. Now, this is talking about what? Give me what? Give me Zechariah. I think it's Zechariah. Yeah, give me Zechariah 14 and 12. Yep, that's what I want. Because I'm gonna break it down to you to show you why for a little moment, and then the indignation part. What is the indignation?
You ready right now?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's the book of Zechariah, chapter 14, verse 12.
Uh-huh.
And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem.
Pause right there. Yaquad, what does it mean that this is the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all thy people that have fought against Jerusalem? Now I'm just asking this last part. Who's everybody that fought against Jerusalem?
Everyone who basically enslaved us.
And who would that be? Is it just Caucasians, just white people?
No, it's everybody else. Basically everybody outside the 12 tribes. Everybody. The only person who didn't enslave us was the Hawaiians.
So basically, you saying white people, Asians, the Arabs, the Middle Easterns, the who else am I forgetting? I don't know if you said white. Africans, they all enslaved us. So all the people that fought against Jerusalem, right? Keep going.
Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet,
Mm-hmm.
and their eyes shall consume away in their away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth.
Go ahead and read that again. Hold up, because I got something for you.
Con. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth.
Let's look at this. Wait a minute, man. I know you see that. You see what's going on? You know why I'm bringing this up, man? Me and you both played Black Ops. You played Black Ops before?
Sir.
You played, I don't know, whichever ones you played, right?
I play all of them.
All of them, right? You ever played on Nuketown on multiplayer?
Con.
And what happens at the end? What happens when you win? What happens at the end of Nuketown?
The whole place gets destroyed.
It gets destroyed. It's a nuke bomb that literally dropped way off there in the desert, right? You know they literally test bombs in what, Nevada? This is not a game, bro. They've been putting this in front of our face for far too long, and we ain't even realized it, bro. The reason why I just showed you to Black Ops to correlate more so you can understand what I'm saying more. This is what it's talking about, that their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. That is thermonuclear war. That's Nuketown, bro, in real life. That is Nuketown off of Black Ops 1, 2, 3, and 4 in real life. We've always played that game, and after we play the game, and our character be safe. But in real life, if you're not on the winning side to help beat the game, you're not going to be safe. You're going to be destroyed like everything in Nuketown. Like all the buses that get destroyed, the houses, the goddamn mannequins be burnt up. Every piece of electrical equipment in the house is done for. Right? Now I said all that to say what? Let's go back to the description. Why did I even pull that up? Why? Because it says right here, hide thyself as it were for a little moment until the indignation be overpassed. In the midst of World War III, Zechariah 14 and 12 will come to pass. People eyes gonna consume in their holes. Their flesh is going to melt while they stand. That is part of the indignation that while you're in that chariot, you got to wait for that indignation to overpass. And it's only for a little moment. Meaning what? Being beamed up in the chariot. That's what it means. Hide thyself is for a little moment until the indignation be overpassed. You're getting beamed up in them chariots, and the Lord gonna do whatever he with you to keep you safe until this indignation be overpassed. Until all the destruction is done. Until it's over with, man. And that's what you got to fight for. You got to fight to say, I'm worthy of getting beamed up. I'm worthy of entering into that chamber and shutting the doors about thee. Are you worthy? Are you going to show God you worthy? You going to follow Yahweh? You going to keep the law, statutes, commandments? That's just the basics. You going to keep the feast days? You going to show brotherhood? You going to show up to the feast days? You know what I'm saying? Like, is you actually going to indulge in these things? Is you actually going to be a part of the truth? You're going to be lukewarm, man. You want to be a part of something historical and great, something that is going to live forever throughout the lineage of our nation? Or do you just want to be on the other side and just be a bystander and just be a spectator and be helpless and saying, whenever Christ come back, you're going to say, what you doing, Christ? I prophesied it in your name. You know, man, be gone from me. Let me cut your head off, bro. You prophesied in my name, bro. You was eating pork and you was going to church. Let me tell you something. When Christ come back, bro, I don't know how you think, bro, he gonna be addressing people. He just gonna be, bro, he is going to be full out dealing punishment. Well, let's just say if he had a conversation with somebody, right? I doubt it because he's gonna be too busy. Got with the god doggone sword unaliving people, right? He's gonna be on an order. But let's just say he had a conversation and somebody talked to him. You know, Christ, I prophesied it in your name. You know, I know you love everybody. Love everybody. Bro, you don't even know me, bro. Do you not know the people that unalive me? You not know what I was fighting against in the days when I was walking? I don't love everybody, bro. You must ain't read that book. As a matter of fact, I understand why, because you're a fool. You don't even know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. See, if you was really wise, you would have what? Taken heed and hearkened into what the ISUPK, the priests and prophets in the ISUPK had to say. But instead, you mocked the prophets. Instead, you said, the hell with God. But now you over here, and all the times you was over here cursing God. You over here saying, the hell with God, how you hate God. Now, since I'm back and I'm the only salvation, you wanna try to beg to me for some salvation. But all the while you had this grace period, you weren't doing nothing to show that you even worthy of this god doggone salvation. You gonna say, man, get away from me, bro. I never knew you, bro. I never knew you. That's why in the scriptures they say, who is my mother, who is my father? I think in paraphrasing it says, I want to get this scripture. As a matter of fact, because I don't want to paraphrase that. It's something like the ones that serve the God with him, keep the law, statutes, commandments with him, something like that. Might be wrong though, like is the way of the wording, but let me get this other scripture while I get this so you can read this, Jacques. Give me give me what I want. Let me see what I want. Give me Matthew. Give me Matthew 10 and 34.
Is 10 and 34?
Matthew 10 and 34.
Okay. We're gonna read it right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 34. Think that not I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. Verse 35. For I am to set a man at variance.
Wait. Give me Obadiah 1 and 15.
Okay.
I went somewhere else. I'm probably still gonna get the scripture.
It's the book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 15. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen, as thou hast done. It shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. Verse 16. For as ye have.
You can start right there, Yaquab. I'm going and pull it up. I can follow you. So where we at? Dial 1 and 15, right?
Okay.
For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thy own head. What you're seeing now is what? There's going to be some rewards upon thy own head. There's going to be some war. You know, because they've been getting away scotch-free. They have, especially America. America been getting away scotch-free, and nobody ever judged them. But all these other nations going to come up and what? Judge America. That's what's gonna happen. Because if nobody judge America, then America gonna keep thinking that the big dog, they're gonna be such a prideful bastard and continue to oppress us. You see, you don't know this. But America has built what? The Space Force. The reason why they got the Space Force is because they want to inherit this kingdom that they are in, this heaven that they have, for another 250 years. Or just imagine another 250 years on top of what they have already built, just full of sin. Like, you thinking, bro, you thinking alternative lifestyle is bad. Dude, if it gets to a couple more years, you're not even going to be allowed to say that. You might go to jail. You're not even going to be able to say nothing about them. You're just going to let them do what they do. If they touch on somebody, if they force themselves on, you can't do nothing. That's how bad the world going to get. It's going to get so bad that they're going to have the Hunger Games and sanction the Purge Day, literally. It's going to be an actual holiday. What? They're going to start putting pork in everything. You know, they're going to have people just come kick in your door. The police ain't going to respond. It's going to get bad. That's why they got the Space Force to fight against UFOs. They're going to try to fight against Christ. That's what they're going to try to do. They're going to try to fight against Christ and try to defeat Christ because they want to stay here even longer because they are the ones that exalted themselves to be a God. They think that they're God. They put themselves on a high horse and say that I'm the big dog and ain't nobody above me. That's why they say Christ is what? A white man. And subconsciously, when we look at Christ, that Caesar Borgia, that false Christ, you think of him as what? Your savior. So then when you look at him, and anytime you look at another white man, you look at him as a God. Just how you look at Caesar Borgia as your God. Ain't gonna be no world peace. Ain't gonna be no all these religions coming together. It ain't gonna be no place where any of these other nations can rise up and build cities, because every city that they have built with has been off the backs of backs of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. The blood, sweat, and tears we literally put in to build up this nation, to build up every other country, major country with any major leader across the face of the entire earth. And what you are seeing now is God's chosen people coming back together, like it says in Zephaniah 2:1. As you can see, that this is the end of the world. As you see the doggone Haitians and everybody trying to come through the border, why do you think that everybody's coming back now? This is it. It's over with, man. They coming back now because something finna go down. This is God controlling this, man. All the times we prophesied it out on the street corner, whether it been to people listening or been to the wind, the angels is carrying them prophecies and carrying everything that we saying across the face of the earth and making it come to pass. And this right here, we just sitting back and letting God take the wheel. We sitting back patiently waiting. Patiently waiting. Give me Revelation 13:10. That's what I want. That time right into this.
It's in 10.
Mm-hmm.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
All right.
He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
Whoa. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. Meaning the same very people, but there's every other nation that is not the nation of Israel led us into captivity, they shall go into captivity, because what karma is real, it's in the Bible. God just said. What goes around comes around. You reap what you sow. They're going to reap captivity because they sow captivity. Right? He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Well, they unalived us with the sword. They must be unalived with the sword. I mean, they took our babies and dashed them to pieces. Well, they got to see how it feel to have their babies dashed to pieces and taken from them. Whether we get the order from the Lord, because in that day we will, but as you see now, they got another nation doing it to them. You see they got the Israelis doing it to the Palestinians. What, the Palestinians, you think that they didn't have us captive and dashed our babies' head to pieces? You didn't think they had no part in that? You didn't think that happened? You didn't think the Israelis did it neither? You know, they're the same as the Americans, white Americans. They both Edomites, right? But people like to make them different based on the land that they dwell in. Understandable. But you think they didn't have a part in that either? But at the end, this is what it says. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. Since 1969, we have been having patience that this day would come. We have been having faith that this day would come. And how do I know we had patience? Well, we didn't go out there and just act ignorant, act violent. No, we didn't have the order to. It was not time. It's not time for us to do that. We still got patience to this day, up to this very same day, right now in this second. We're still patient. Even though that happened over there in Israel, we're still patient to this day. And the faith of the saints. Now, what is the faith? Who's the saints? Us. The priests. Right? It says what? The faith of the saints. What do the priests go out there and do? How many times since 1969 we have been prophesying saying that Christ, a black man from the tribe of Judah, is going to come back? And how many times have we went out there in 100-degree weather, in negative 20-degree weather, whether it be rain, you know what I'm saying? Got doggone snow, sleet. We out there prophesying to the wind because we have faith that Yahushua Mashiach is going to come back and save blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We have faith that they're going to be led into captivity as they led us into captivity. We have faith that in Matthew 10:34, when it says that Christ is coming back not to send peace, but a sword, that he's going to unalive them with the sword because they unalived us with the sword. That's our patience and faith in Yahushua Mashiach. That's spiritual, man. And no other nation on the face of the earth has that faith, has that patience. That's the exact reason why everybody want to be so greedy and have all their stuff now. That's the exact reason why when something good don't go in their life, they make up a new God because they ain't had enough faith in the God that they already made up. So they make up another God, part of another religion, because they're impatient and have no faith at all. But in all actuality, I can understand why I don't have faith because they never had a God to begin with. So it's right now, I look at you today to let you know something, man. They could go all the way, and this be it for real, for real. It just happened real fast, however the Lord speed this up, or it could go a little bit slower. I don't know. I'm not God. I don't control it. The best thing for us to do, and if you're a Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, is to get in these classes. Come to these feast days. Be dwelt amongst your brethren, because guess what? In that day, every nation will go back to its own nation. Now, as you've seen, with the war that's going on with the Israelis and the Palestinians, with them Hamas, got doggone India joined in. People gonna start going back to their own people. You know, you see Asia all together. Pretty soon, North Korea and South Korea gonna join together, man. And they're gonna join, and all of them gonna be part of China. All the Asians gonna be joined together. The Hawaiians already where they at. You know, they ain't splitting up. Then pretty soon, all they got doggone white people gonna join together. White Americans, Canadians, white Canadians, all of them gonna go join with Russia and Ukraine and join doggone Finland and join doggone Portuguese people. And Portuguese gonna join their people and so on and so forth. Everybody gonna be joined one with their own nation. And that's why it's imminent that Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians get together, like it says in Zephaniah 2:1, because we the nation that's not desired, man. We the nation that everybody looking at through the midst of everything, they're gonna be looking at us as a meal ticket to unalive, to take advantage of, to keep us further astray from God, so we can be unalive with them, because they live their life full of iniquity so long, and they know they ain't no doggone good. They want to take you down with them, like crabs in a bucket. Where do you think you get that mindset from? So-called Caucasian man, who is a deceiver that the Bible speaks of. If this right here don't let you know that you need to come back to your own people, I don't know what else more need to happen. You seen them Palestinians rolling around together. I just told you they had a mob of militants going around the city over there in Israel talking about if you see their daughters, take their daughters. When I say take, I don't mean like kidnap. I mean take her. When I say take, I mean he forcing himself on her. Now, I don't want to say the word, but you know what I mean by that. They said do that. And said the little girls, unalive them. The women, unalive them. The grandmothers and the grandpas, unalive them. They said, they start saying, man, they talking about they finna unalive people on live TV. And that's how I knew it was real. It's over with now. It's over with. Be prepared for purge to hit America. Be prepared for them Hamas and them Palestinians and them the people from Iran and Iraq. Be prepared for them little Allah Akbar Negroes to come up over here. Be prepared for that. Be prepared for the suicide bombs. I know it sounds fun making fun of it on the TV. He a suicide bomber. Allah Akbar. Yeah, you make fun of it now. But when stuff get real and stuff really hit the fan and he right there at your front door, it ain't gonna be funny no more. Especially when you got God on your side. But you got a chance to have God on your side. The ISUPK still here. You got plenty of time to join the school. Do not be a fool. Be a wise brother. Be a wise sister. You want to keep your family safe. This is the place to be. That's all I had. If you had a question, Yaquad, you can go ahead and ask it. If you don't, you can get the security announcements if any of y'all got a question. If not, you can get security announcements.
What's Yahaja? Brother Yahaja.
Yo.
Why we don't like? You said something about the Hawaiians, right?
I said something about the Hawaiians.
Right, bro. It's black. Turn on.
I know.
But you said something about the Hawaiians. So why we don't like really fool with the Hawaiians?
We don't. Okay. The same reason why we don't mess with the Hawaiians is the same reason why we really don't mess with white people. It's because Hawaiians had us captive as well. Like every time you look at Hawaiians, you see them on the island with the little leaves around their waist, or you see the big Samoans. You know, you see them play sports. You think they're cool people, but they're really not. They're really evil bastards. They're really some people that had us captive and did very horrifying things to us. Same with the white people and the Asians. I don't know if you know, but we built the Great Wall of China. I don't know if you know, but the so-called Arabs built the ships that helped transport us over here to America. The so-called slave ships, they were called cargo ships because they looked at us as like goods, some type of profit. Every nation that is not in the nation of Israel, every other nation, they had a hand in having us captive. They had a hand in doing us dirty, man. Like doing us bad. Like the stuff that you would read about that these people did, you would never want to be in the same vicinity as them. You wouldn't want them walking around free because they are sick individuals. But when they get around you, they act like they all cool. Oh yeah, we cool, bro. Bro, we not cool. Blood has been shed, man. They like you talking about, say your great-great-grandma, your great-great-great-grandma. They could have had her as a slave somewhere in another country, whooping her tail, and then going up in her rear end, and then forcing themselves on her, impregnating her, and then force her to have his kid. And then now you don't get to breastfeed your kid. You get to breastfeed my kid. Even if you already had kids, let your kid just go ahead and die. The kid that I just put in you after I forced myself on you, breastfeed that kid. Come in here and rub my white feet. And if you don't, I'm going to call you a hard N-word. And then I'm going to have somebody come tie you up on a tree, shackle you with a tree with chains. Something like 20-pound chains across a tree, hugging a tree. Can't move nowhere. And they're taking a whip and all they might and beating the life out you. That's why we don't fool with them, man. And another reason why, because they're not God's chosen people. Another reason why, because they just like the so-called white man. They eat all types of weird stuff. They eat bats and mice and stuff. And they eat tarantulas and millipedes. You're not supposed to eat them things. They got their own little holidays that they make up. They don't got no God to serve. They make up all these other holidays, and that's the exact reason why we don't mess with them. You can't mess with them, man. Messing with any other nation that's not your brother is like messing with a snake. It's like me going up and trying to pet a rattlesnake. Me trying to pet an anaconda in the Brazil habitat. If I go to South America and I see a big anaconda swimming, hey little snake, or I'm gonna die. That snake gonna come around me and squeeze the life out of me. How he be doing them dogs, them alligators, and them deers that he catch out there. He gonna treat me the same way because he has no understanding of like he has no understanding to not unalive things. It's just in him. He'll always deceive you. He'll always try to unalive you. He don't give a damn. He just don't care. They don't have the truth of God in them. It never abode in them. So with that, they'll never love you. They'll never know what the law, statutes, commandments is. They'll never be nice to you. So you should never mess with them. I'll give you another example. How many times you see a brother, and this brother might not like black women. He like the white girls. And he gonna mess with this white girl. You know, it was all cool. He liked her. She was feeling him. He was feeling her. Get to the bedroom, you know, things change. Say they actually did do some stuff. It was cool. It was her consent. You know what I'm saying? He consent to it. He didn't force himself on her. But then a couple months down the line, now he got police at his door. Like, what the hell? Now, hell no, what you talking about? Now he in the courthouse. She over there sobbing while her dad over there because her dad hate Negroes. So he done forced her to lie and say, what did he do to you? Did he force himself on you? All because he don't want to see your black behind walking on the street. He want to see you in the jail serving 60 years. This happened on God doggone Daddy's Little Girls. God doggone Idris Elba playing the God doggone father. He was wrongfully accused of raping a white girl and lost a lot of things behind that. But when they was in the bedroom, they consent to it. But then, you know, down the line, you go back by your family, you act as your true self. You lie. And that's the reason why you can't trust them. For that same very reason. It don't matter if you're going to mix with these nations, if you're going to serve their God, it don't matter. Because guess what? How many black people across the earth right now is serving Caesar Borgia? How many black people is serving is Islamic, the Muslims? How many people is practicing in Hinduism and being Buddhist? Them ain't our gods, them they gods over there. You think, well, I serve your God, should get a benefit. Hell no. When it come war time, bro, they don't give a damn if you know you practicing in you a Hindu. They gonna try to knock your head off. It don't matter what the Hawaiians serve over there. If you serving there, you think they're gonna give you a pass? They're gonna go back to their own people. It's gonna be Hawaiians with Hawaiians. Black people and Hispanics and God doggone Native Indians gonna be together. White people gonna be together. Everybody gonna be together by themselves in their own nation. That's why we don't mess with them. They just like everybody else, man.
Thank you.
Nah, I mean, on the bar, no sweat. You got anything else to ask? I'm welcome to answer.
No, that's it. That'll be all. Thank you.
You can ask questions anytime, man. I got you.
Sure. Appreciate it.
No sweat out. You got the any announcements?
Concert. I got the security announcements.
All right, go ahead and read.
ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK, started at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Ties, which is a commandment, Numbers 18:21, and Malachi 3 and 8 to 10, means 10th in the Hebrew. Ma'ashara, 10th 10% of each, so like 10% every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give the treasury department or teacher priest fund. Free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount, so like whatsoever amount you would like upcoming holy convocation. And
I got you. Upcoming Holy Convocation, Feast of Dedication, or Hanukkah, the 25th day of the 9th month, by the space of 8 days. And this feast day will be held on December 7th, 2023, which is a Thursday, for 8 days. If you want to know about this feast day and find it in the scriptures, it can be found in the book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 4, verses 52 through 61.
It's like remind Akim and Akwath to check the bulletin board. If any trooper wants, if any trooper wants in this, if anyone wants to be a trooper in the school,
Take your time. Good.
Tired. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, handband, and scarf.
All right. Imagine we're gonna do the Lord's Prayer. Courtesy salute. All right, face the east. So you find out where the east is at. Make sure you're facing that east. All right. It's the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa. Kwatah. Yeah. Ka, Kaba'a, Ratazaka, Aya, Asha, Baratasa, Kawa, Aya, Kaman, Kawa, Wakam, Kar, the one, Kasalak, you know, Kabawak, you know, Kasalak, you know, Kabawak, you know, Waba'a, Baba'a, One, a bar, I was shot, my young, right, Kaya, the car, Amalakwa, Wahara, Wahata Para, La Alawanyum, Aman, in the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, in earth as it is in heaven. And lead us not to temptation, but deliver us from evil. And the power and glory
forever. So be it.
All right, we're gonna turn in Psalm. The brothers, men of Israel, Majin, Shabbat, Majin, Rock, Yahba Shem Yahshua, Yadi Matah. All right, we're gonna give a courtesy salute to the sisters, men of Israel, Majin, Shabbat, Majin, Barak, Yahweh Shema Latah, Yadi Matah. All right, dismissed.